another episode of Genesis, Wholeness, and Wellness. I am your co-host, Ginger in real life, and as per usual, I am not alone.
You're with Nolu.
Why are you whispering? When's the ASMR? Why when's the ASMR?
How are you feeling today?
Down.
Why? What happened?
Me, Shelly, my name is Dumazi.
Why?
You're getting young Dumaza today. This whole week has been so rough.
Right?
Like so rough because we officially went live today. Well, this week.
This week, yes.
We went live this week on our Instagram, and it's just been spiritual warfare ever since. Guys, I kid you not, everything that could happen under the sun has literally happened in terms of this podcast.
Sorry about your glasses,
situation. My glasses did break. I literally almost cried saying that. My glasses broke. We lost power. Like, my internet stops working every single time I have to post. Like, small little things like that. So I'm down, but I'm not defeated. I am still the head and not the tail.
And not the tail.
Period. So, yeah.
And one thing about God, He's pulling through. He's pulling through.
Oh, yes, I'm a strings right now.
He is pulling.
Strings.
One thing about God, He's pulling through.
110%. And we just had to make the decision that we're going to continue today.
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
we had literally cancelled today's shoot. We were like, okay, it's not happening because so many things like just up against us, but we're here.
We're here. What are we talking
Glory
about today?
to God.
Glory to God.
Glory to God.
Talk
Before
about...
we get into the episode, please tell me about your outfits.
Today we are wearing D for denim.
We really are.
We're wearing D for denim. So this is little, I don't know, what do we call
like
this?
a denim vest.
A denim vest that I made. Mm-hmm. And I'm wearing these cargo pants.
You made? Hey,
no, I didn't make these.
You could make anything.
I could make it though. I could make it though. These are from Sports Scene. These are red bats. And this nice shirt with these hard earrings.
Period.
Because
you need
for love.
Because God is
love.
Exactly.
That's why.
Yes. That's the only reason why.
Yes.
I am wearing a denim dungarees. I'm sure you guys have seen it on my Instagram.
I love this dungaree so
much. I've had it for so many years now.
And it looks so good on you.
It's cute.
It's cute.
It's cute. I use this dungarees to check how much weight I've lost. Specifically emkhabeni.
Hey!
Specifically emkhabeni. But we'll get to that. Mase sikhuluma ngeindaba zeinsimbi. Indaba zokujima. Indaba zokuba majambroza. Anyway, so let's get into the episode. In one of our past episodes, I can't remember which one.
I think it's the first one.
The first one.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely the first one. In the first episode, we spoke about maybe potentially having a full episode on how to make friends and why making friends is so difficult, and friendship. So that's what we're titling today's episode, Friendship the Pandemic. What are we saying?
Is it a pandemic though?
It is.
Why do you think it's a pandemic?
I think friendship is such a pandemic now more than ever because of just how life is laid out. Like, everybody's more on social media, people are working more from home. So it's really, really tough to have friendships that are made from convenience. So when you think about it, when you're in school, you make friends because that's the best of the pick.
Yeah.
Like, that's all you have.
Yeah.
You have like 500 other people to pick from. This is your pool. And so you pick from that pool and you are in that pool every day, like 100%. Monday to Friday. Yeah, well, so it's easy to maintain. You guys see each other because I have to be there anyway, and once you start to progress out of school and maybe even, I don't know, do people make friends in the workplace? I don't have a formal job.
I actually do have a friend from friends.
You do.
So
exactly.
Yes.
So outside of the friendships that you make at work, I'm sure it's harder to maintain those friendships out of work because you're at work every day. So you get to talk to these people, you see them every day. So that's also a friendship that is birthed out of convenience. I'm not saying antandani or whatever. Nyathandana, definitely, but it's easier to maintain because you're constantly in communication with each other because you have to anyway, you know? So the pandemic is really in being intentional about creating and maintaining good, like really, really good friendships. Yeah, so I think it's a pandemic because of that. It's just hard. Like, intentionality is hard.
Hey!
Dude, it's hard. Like, if I don't pick up the phone and call you, I'm not friendship.
If I don't ask you how you're doing or text you, then...
Exactly. We need to just keep calling each other. If you don't do things like that...
Okay, I have another question before I get into the tips.
Yeah.
Do you think you need money to like have friends as an adult?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I'm gonna say yes because everything, absolutely everything that we do is money. It requires money. It could literally be hanging out at my house. You still have to Uber from your house.
Exactly.
And when you get here, it's all the Rishinandos.
Whew, Inandos.
Slowly pulls out my appetizer out of wine glasses. That's not free. That's not free.
It needs money. It needs money.
It needs cash, Doila, baby.
Yeah.
So it's not free. So I will say yes because of that, but no because also just sitting at my house is kind of free.
It's kind of
even
free.
though I pay the rent and you had to Uber here and we're not eating or whatever.
So you do need money.
You do need money.
Okay.
I'm actually going to change my answer to yes completely. You do need money.
You do.
You do.
100%.
You can't be. Maybe you can, but since even Nami, I remember I used to think, you know, once I have my own apartment and once I have a car, I'll have so many friends because I can just host my friends at my house and I can just drive to their house. Like, and that's money. So, yes. Yeah, I think money.
You definitely need money.
Sorry, cutie. So sorry. No, it's okay. Yeah.
Okay, so for me, like, I definitely think before you make friends, the very first thing you need to do is pray. Like, you need to ask God, like, can you send me the right people? Can you bring the people that will cultivate growth in my life?
Definitely.
Can you? Because if you're not praying, then...
It's in into yako. Like, where are these friends going to come from? These friends that you are hoping to make, where are they going to come from?
Where are they going to come from?
If you don't literally pray and ask God for them.
Listen, literally I think it's in John, where it says, like, pray and ask for anything and you will receive it if it is according to God's will and God's plan. So I think definitely pray for friends. Pray for friends that will love you. Just like Ginger said in, I think the other episode, she prayed for like things like how they look, and like what they'd be like, their personalities. Just pray to God and He will definitely deliver them
to you. Exactly. And
sorry. I also want to say He's not going to deliver them at your doorstep. Hey, you need to like...
Why not though?
At your doorstep, sweetie, you need to stay behind at church. When every day we are humble, after church we are humble.
Nothing is too big for God. They're called Isaac.
Your friends are just going to go...
They might.
Hi, Ginger.
You never know. I could literally be sitting here one day watching TV and someone knocks.
That's so true.
Anything
is possible with God, hey?
Like, literally anything is possible. But I definitely do like your points, the encouragements to actively make friends.
Yeah.
I think that is more doable than hoping that they show up at your doorstep.
Yes, 100%.
They can show up at your doorstep, but you have to do other things.
Like stay after church, attend events. When every time let's go, or if someone says let's go here, when no, do better. So I definitely say go, be outgoing, like go to events, go to functions. I actually went to like a concert alone. Like
when?
Was it a concert?
What concert?
It wasn't a concert.
I've been to a concert by myself.
Things like that. Did you make friends there?
I did, actually. You see? But it wasn't like my friends. I just made friends for the day.
Yes. But still, I think that's a good way to practice.
That's true.
Speaking to other people
and
engaging.
That is so true.
With people. To make the right friends.
To make the right friends. That's
practice,
true.
Practice, right?
110%. So my sister always says she's really good at making friends. She can make friends with anyone, literally. She'll literally just be like, just talk to people. Like, go up to them and just ask them questions. I'm just like, I I would not do that. In the first episode, actually, we spoke about how we are so different in making friends.
Yes.
Maybe we'll get into that
Yes.
as we go. But yeah, I end up with slowly. Hey,
you don't like talking?
I don't like talking. I don't know how to put it. Like, I don't mind talking, but if I don't have to, I prefer not to.
Fair. Fair, that's so true.
I prefer
Whereas
not
with me, ngifuna ukukhuluma njalo.
You do?
I'm gonna say yes and no. I like when I'm around people, I want to talk.
True.
Like when I see people, and that is why working from home is best for me, because when I'm at the office, I just want to talk. Like I want to talk to people. Like I want to engage. I want to ask you questions. How are you?
Yeah.
So I think another tip I would definitely say in making friends is you have to be a conversationalist. You need to be able to like talk to people, ask questions. Like ask questions, actually.
Definitely ask questions.
Like your sister says, like ask questions. Like if someone is telling you about something, like listen and ask questions, and so that now they can engage better.
Exactly. And I think that also opens up the room for engagement when you just go in and ask a question. We actually have a friend, he's also really good at making friends, and he asks
every yes. I think you know yourself. You know yourself.
You be asking so many questions.
He will literally ask questions
so much
in different ways.
Literally. I love that so much.
As you're talking, he'll be like, oh, and what do you think that would work well with? What do you think this is?
Yes,
like, he will ask you so many questions, and it'll be like, and you know what? Actually, that friend always makes me think like, wow, I actually learn a lot about myself through him asking the questions.
110%. That's so true.
I actually love that about him so much.
He'll ask you a question you've never thought about.
Exactly.
And you're just
now
like,
you have to think about it.
Who am I?
I don't know.
In relation to this question.
Yeah.
Who am I? But yeah, that's so true. You do learn about yourself a lot. But I also think it opens up conversation. Like with a new person. If I went up to you and I was like, oh, I love that vest. Where did you get it?
Yeah.
Then you're like, oh, I made it. Word. Oh my days. You can make clothes.
You see?
Yeah, well, now we're talking. Yeah, I can make clothes. I started making clothes whenever.
Yeah.
Or even if they don't tell you when, you can just ask, when did you start making clothes? What type of clothes do you like making?
Yeah. What's
Things
your
like
style?
That. Yeah, but how do we feel about people who feel like that's just way too much? What if the person you're approaching is like an introvert?
I think also that's why you need to be adaptable as well. Like you can't come at people the same. I think that's something I'm really good at. Like I don't engage someone who is shy and someone who is bubbly in the same way. Someone who is shy, I'm obviously going to be a bit more conservative and like be considerate of their feelings, be empathetic. But someone bubbly, si onige, ding ding ding,
neon,
see. We're just gonna chat, you know. So I think you need to be adaptable and also just observe the room, right? If like for instance, like the room is like very quiet and very mellow. Now I'm quiet and I'm
okay. What if you don't know? What if you just see this person and let's say you like their hair at church, like you don't know if this person is shy or whatever. How do you go there?
I would just say go there. And
just be like,
hey,
I love your
how
hair.
are you? And give them a smile. I think another thing is that like when you're kind to people, like when you're kind and you're joyous, like people are usually welcoming towards that.
Yeah.
Like if someone comes to you and says, hi, you were Nunjani, right? How are you going to respond to that?
What the hell is that?
Exactly. But if I come to you and say, hey, how are you? What's your name? I haven't seen you here. Like, I think also how you engage is important and your body language. Like, to show interest and show, like, smiliness, you know? Like, have a cute little smile thing.
Yeah.
Also, I think another important thing that I think is important is, like, I don't know if I want to say it, but let me just say it.
Say it, and then if you feel like you don't want it, we can cut it out.
Okay. I really think also it's important to discern, to be able to discern, like, and ask God, like, are these the right people for me? Because you can literally be like, think that those people are your friends, Gandhi. Bad people corrupt? Good? Company corrupts.
Bad company corrupts good
bad company corrupts good character, right?
English.
So it's so important to be able to discern, like, and literally hear God speak, like, is this person the right kind of person, right? Because then you'll just be making friends with bad company.
Yeah. I also think then for everybody for the people rather who want to shoot their friendship shots in the DMs, that's like a really, really good point.
Yeah.
They can just ask God.
Yeah.
Like, I really, really like this person.
Yeah, I think they're cool.
And I think they're funny when I watch their stories. And we like the same sort
kind
of clothes.
And we're similar.
Same sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I really, really want to shoot my friendship shots, but I'm not really sure. Yeah. And I think if you go forward in prayer, or rather with prayer, that God will never lead you astray. So even if you get the answer that you don't want to get, if you get no, don't DM this person, then it's like, good. Like,
that's fine. That's protection.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's protection.
But if you don't know, then you end up in those situations where and then it's ugly now.
It's ugly.
So we need to be really, really careful and really intentional when we are seeking out friendship.
Yes, and I also think one thing about God, I feel like one of the questions about relationships and friendships and all of that. If you literally ask God, is this person for me? If this person is not for me, immediately. Unkulunkulu uba remover immediately. He doesn't wait for 3 business days. He waits for 1 day. 5 hours is enough. So definitely ask God to help you and to basically let you know, are these the people for me?
Yeah.
My next point is T for time. T for time. You need to make time for let's say you obviously meet someone and you're like, hey, and you guys discover that you guys are cool and go up. Right? I think you also need to make time for that person to actually see and grow the relationship. You can't get to know the person if you don't make time for them.
110%.
You need to spend quality time for them in order to grow the relationship.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I definitely agree with that. Actually, recently I was in a situation where I had to make the tough decision to just let this go. Let this friendship go.
It's got to go.
Let it go. Specifically because of that. So I went to the airport to go pick my sister up. And when I was driving into the airport over the bridge, I'm sure you guys know that bridge, the bridge where you go underneath and then you go to arrivals.
Yeah.
And just before you get to underneath the bridge, I see this person cross the road and I'm like, I know that person, right? So I stop my car and I literally shout their name and they look back. Let's say her name is Sarah.
Okay, Sarah.
And I'm like, Sarah! You know? And Sarah Sarah turns back and Sarah's like, oh my days, Ginger, hi, right? And we hug and all of that stuff. Yeah. And I'm like, hey, can I have your number? And all of that, the interaction was so, so cool. I actually went to primary school with this person and our parents were really, really close friends. So we always had a friendship. We were childhood friends, like that. And then we lost contact, I would say maybe midway through high school. So when I saw her, I was like, I'm so happy to see this person.
Yes.
I haven't seen this person in literally over 10 years, So I was really, really happy. And we exchanged numbers. And then by the time I got home, she sent me a text and was like, hey, it's Sarah. I can't wait to see you again. Something along those lines.
Yeah.
And
what happened?
In my brain, I said, I don't have the time for this. I don't have the time for this.
Yeah.
I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. I'm at capacity.
Yeah, I've
in
reached
my life.
This is my capex. This is maximum.
He's saying max. I am filled to the brim. I'm at capacity. I don't have room or space or time or anything to entertain. Rekindling a friendship. So I was just I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have stopped.
You shouldn't have.
I shouldn't have stopped.
Sarah.
I shouldn't have stopped.
So what did you say?
I feel incredibly bad, but I'm just there's nothing I can do.
Yeah. Because then you're not going to give her your all.
Literally. And this friendship is literally dwindling from the moment it starts because
You're not in the right
present.
space.
Yeah, I'm not present for it, right?
So would you say that like being in the right space for friends is like very important? Like you're saying now.
Yes, I think it's very, very important, especially within friendship, actually.
Yeah.
I think being in the correct space to be a friend is like very, very important. Like we had your last Bible study and you were feeling like overwhelmed and stuff.
Yeah.
And I hadn't seen you like the whole week or something. And I was like, I'm so excited to see her. Like I just wanted to spend the whole of my life with you. That day, I was like, I don't want a single second by myself.
Yes.
I want to be glued on your side.
On my side.
I want to be your
I
handbag.
love it for me.
I was like, I want to be your handbag. And you were like, I'm not feeling okay. And you were like, at the end of the Bible study, I remember asking you, during the Bible study, I was like, I'm going home with you.
Yes.
I was like, I'm going home with you. And you were like, okay, cool. And then afterwards, I could just tell that,
that day
she's not okay.
Yeah.
I could just see it on your face that you were not doing well. Like, you were trying your best to be like, your regular self.
I ngavela ngakhala that day.
Really, what's new this? You just cried.
Right after Bibles, I cried.
Yeah, you were not doing okay. And so I had to just put myself like, I had to make you the priority. Even though what I wanted really was to spend time with you, I was just like, if you're not okay, then...
I think that also goes back to like emotional intelligence. Like you were able to tell that like, I'm not okay and I wouldn't be in the right space or, frame of mind to actually like engage you and be with you and spend time with you. So I think it's also important to be like emotionally intelligent
110%.
when you're looking for friends and when you want to be a friend.
Yeah, you need to be so present that you can tell like, it's okay, this is the energy shift or this is like the dynamic. Yeah. And today this dynamic is off.
It's off.
It is so off. All the best. Love you.
Love you.
But I'm about.
I'm
out. And there's something that you and your brother actually always clown me for this, which I hate inconveniences.
Yes.
And I don't know if we've had this conversation in detail, but I just decided last year, look, life is messy.
Yeah.
Life is so bad. As much as I want to be the friend where I'm just like you everything like I want to be there for you or whatever, I can't right now. And
that's literally something you always say.
We're
here for a good time.
This is a circle of joy. The only thing that enters here is joy. If it's problems, keep it out. I'm shutting it out. I don't want to know, like, I don't want to know your dad's problems.
Yeah.
I don't want to know what your man is doing to you.
Yeah.
I want to know how dirty your other friends are doing you.
Yeah.
I don't want to know, when I see you, let's laugh.
Let's be happy. I also think, like, sometimes, like, life is already tough.
It's so tough.
Life is...
Like
can we have a fun time together?
Like life,
and also not to say that like we don't help each other through things. We don't talk about these things. But like no, it's not. That is not what you're just saying. Yeah. In case you guys come for her,
she still tell me a janky. She still call me on some this man this. Do I hate it? Yeah. I hate it. But she does it. Okay. What can I say?
There's nothing you can do. There's nothing.
What can I do?
Yeah, but like it's like that thing you would see when we're together, we just want to be happy.
True.
That's what we want. Like we really want to be happy.
We just want true, like genuine joy. Life will always create the problems. So when I create joy,
exactly. Be solution orientated and create a joy.
Exactly. So you and life are collabing. Basically, you are the good. Life is the bad.
Exactly.
When I joy, life ends up. So you just have to kind of pick. And I had to tell, I don't have a lot of friends, but like by now you all know, don't call me with your problems.
Yeah.
Don't call, like that's just not where I'm at right now in my life. Maybe if you called me in 2022, I would have been so willing to listen. Like, if you called me and you were like, oh my gosh, I have 1, 2, 3 problem. In my head, I'd just be like, okay, let's solve it. How? Like, what can I do? But right now, if you're like, I have 1, 2, 3 problem, I'm just like, wow, that is a lot. You are so cute for this. And I'm sorry.
You're too cute for this.
But like, he sends an decide after this.
Yeah. As if he happy.
I'm not doing it with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my final point is definitely being open. And what do you think about that? Like, how open should you be? Like, should you be secretive? Like, how open do you think a person should be?
Like, when you say openness, do you mean like how vulnerable you are? Or are we talking like you're just open to new ideas? Like, mentally, you're just
let's say both.
Open-minded. Okay, I'm going to start with open-minded. You definitely need to be open-minded because you never know what kind of characters you might find. You never, ever, ever. Like, for example, I'm a person who I don't really like to make friends with people younger than me because
You actually don't.
I hate it. I don't like being friends with people younger than me because...
And it's so funny because I'm younger than you.
Hey.
I'm the exception.
Yeah, like you and literally all my friends. All my friends are younger than me. God said, watch this. I don't like friends that are younger than me. Watch this. Oh God, in the background. But yeah, I don't like making friends with people younger than me. I just have, and it's not even to say that people who are younger than me, like, oh, whatever. No.
Yeah.
The problem is him inking. So I just have this perception with like, I just have so much going on. I can't deal with someone who's figuring life out. I'm figuring life out, right? And so I just feel like when people tend to be younger than you, like you are like, oh, whatever. Yeah, basically. And then, like, advisor. I'm good in that department. I'm fine. I have a sister I can advise and guide and whatever. I don't want to do that in my friendships. Like, friendship for me is like a sacred, safe space, little safe landing. Like, I come here to rest. Not with million figure like peaceful. And exactly. And had I not had that open mind, like, as long as we're good, we can be friends, then I would have never been friends with you. I would have never been friends with our little friendship circle of friends. Our square friendship. I would have never been friends in that square. Yeah, sweetie. I would have never met so many amazing people that I know and I'm very close to now. Like I said, most of my friends are younger than me, but not by a lot. Sorry. not by 3 years. I'm not a Coco. I'm not a Coco, please. Okay, I'm a small baby. But sometimes when I think about some people's age, I'm just like, why?
Like what age? So
like she's young.
Yeah.
She's younger than you.
No, she's not.
Yes.
No, she's not.
She is.
Oh, yeah, she is.
She is.
Yeah, by a year.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
Yeah, so, and she's like one of the coolest people I know.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I forgot what my point was. I forgot where I was leading.
It was open-minded.
Where I was going. Okay, maybe let's move into how vulnerable you should be. How do you feel about vulnerability? Do you think you need a level?
I always, I wish I could just have a zip to zip my mouth and lock it and throw away the key.
Why?
Because I am so open. I am so vulnerable. Like, I am someone who will just... I'm like a sharer. Like, some of my friends actually say, you share too much. Like, I'm like someone who'll share anything. I feel like, I think maybe to a certain extent I should be quiet, but the personality and the person I am, I'm just like being open and like I'll just be vulnerable. And I think it's because I think people are good.
Yeah.
I think like people are nice. And
that's your problem.
don't think it's a problem.
That is your problem.
I think people are
you
good.
Think everyone is an angel.
I think everyone is an angel. Everyone is God's children. We are all God's children.
It can't be. It can't be. Do you think your vulnerability has, I don't know, like put you in, excuse the pun, vulnerable situations where you just like, this is like, it's no longer safe. Person. Yeah, it's no longer safe for me to be this open with this person.
Sure, no. I think lucky enough, because like I assume that people are good, God always brings good people to me. So none of that has happened, to be fair. Like, to be honest, none of that has happened. It's all been nice vibes because all my friends are Christian. All of them love God. Days. All of them are amazing. So, you know? Follow these tips so that you can have amazing friends too.
I think, there are some friendships where I definitely feel like I shouldn't have been that vulnerable. And one thing about me, I have this thing where once I'm vulnerable with you, like I feel like I can never take it back.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I've given you my essence.
Like my being, my soul, my spirit, everything.
Yes. So it takes me quite a while to be vulnerable with like new friends or whatever. But I do eventually get there. But because I have that previous I shouldn't have. It's so tough for me to be vulnerable. I almost kind of feel there's this thing where when you meet someone new and you tell them something that seems deeply personal about you, and then that makes them feel like, oh, this is okay. I can like tell this person in Davazami type of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Which I do a lot.
Yeah.
I do a lot. Like sometimes I can feel that, okay, there's like a emotional barrier between me and this person. So I just tell them something that seems like
deep and
like
personal.
You shouldn't know this about me. We're not that close. Which then makes them feel like, okay, this is a safe space or whatever. And I can usually gauge from that towards, is this
I actually remember
a safe space or not?
I actually remember the story you told me to gauge.
What story did I tell you?
I can't say it here.
What did I say?
Nah,
okay,
I'll tell you off camera. I'll tell you off camera. Yeah, I actually do remember, like, you do that. The whole gauging, telling someone a story and gauging. Yeah. And I think how I responded was, you were like, you're my girl.
No. No, I don't think I really and truly became your friend until maybe like 2 years ago.
True.
When was the moment you were like, this is my friend?
The moment
okay, maybe let's wrap it up on that thought.
Okay.
Yeah. What is the moments that you knew that this is my friend?
I think this was very soon. Don't judge me.
It's fine.
It was actually like how we met.
Oh my
Remember what we were doing?
I don't want to think. I don't want to hear it. Yeah, you better shut it.
So we were doing something. I won't tell you guys what we were doing because you hate this, right? But okay, in short, there was someone who was like harassing me, and Ginger fought.
I said, I knew it.
Ginger fought for me. I looked at her and I said, "You're gonna be my friend." I looked at her and I said, "You're fighting for me so hard."
Yep.
I said, "That is my friend." I said, side, locked in, ain't no switching up.
Ain't no switching up. This is it.
That's when I knew.
That's crazy because that might have been like, what's the first week we knew each other?
Yes.
That's wild. That is so crazy. I don't know. I think the beginning of our friendship started.
Oh, I'm thinking of the high tea you invited me to as well.
True.
Yes, that's another thing that you invited me. Then I was like,
yeah, but we had like met already.
Yes.
Yeah, like that. This fighting. Ugh, this thing had already happened. But
when you're a fighter, I love
it. Fighter, please. Yo. But, I knew that you were my friend when we went to an event. You know which one?
Which one?
I don't want to say
Okay, don't say it.
Please.
I am transformed.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you want to get
Forgive me.
apology, not accepted. But we went to an event, and the event ended with us going to McDonald's, and then
Yes,
I dropped you off at home.
I remember.
The next morning when I saw your face, you were a shell of yourself. And I remember the first thing you told me was, when I got home, my parents were awake. I was just like, that is terrible. I was like, that is so, so bad. And then I think we just, you were telling me the story about how you lost your phone at the event and stuff, and then it was actually in your car. Yes, and then I was like, no, it's in my car and stuff like that. And you went back to the event space and whatever. And I was just hearing you tell this long, elaborate story. I was like, Raw, I love you. What the hell? I love you so much because there's no other person. The way everything panned out for that thing, it could have only happened that way with you.
Yeah,
like only you. It could have only. It could have only happened with you. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of our episode. Sad news, Amini. Wow. I wish we could keep talking about this friendship thing because a lot of people are in need of this information, I feel. And they're like people who are like young even.
Definitely.
I hear the most weirdest stories. I'm just like, you're literally in first year. You don't have friends?
Make them.
Make them.
Use the tips we gave
Babes,
today.
do you know how many friends I was friends with in first year?
Hey! Everyone.
I'd literally be friends with someone for a week and just be like, okay, this is not my friend. And then
Bye.
move on to the next person. Like literally, I think I found my core friends in varsity by like third year.
Sure.
Being looking bounce around. So I'm just like, get to know people. Like there's so many things you can do to make friends. So
I just thought of something else.
What is the something else?
I wanted to say like, also like when you have a new friend or when you have a new person or friend or whatever, bring them to your other friends so that your other friends can also get the sense and the vibe of the person. Because your other friends probably will be able to say, this person is not good for you.
I think what you're saying is the truth, but I disagree.
Why?
Because, like, I love to keep my friends
separate. When I say
I literally always say I am not a friendship group person.
Yes, you know.
I'm a friendship group.
I'll find my friendship group. I'll find my couples. Retreating.
Ngifuna ukuba yi-one. Ngifuna nje ukulala. Ngifuna ukuyenza. And imali zamakapuli nabangani anlali. I just want to sleep. But anyway, we could talk about this forever. Literally, we could sit here and talk about this forever. But we hope that you guys have gained a few tips from Nolu's very handy list of how to make friends. This here is the mother of the nation. Like I told you guys on like the first episode, that this person always has new friends all the time. And you have now heard it first here on this here pod on how to achieve this mother of the nation status. Like Nolu has. But we hope you guys enjoyed it. Obviously, don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Instagram as well as our personal Instagrams. I am at Ginger in real life.
And I am at Lu on Sela.
And that is the episode. Obviously, follow us on Genesis though. Like, you follow us on Instagram.
What do you mean?
At Genesis Wholeness,
like,
Wellness.
You want to be towards everything?
Mamela, everything. And actually, as we record this, our first episode is going live tomorrow. So I'm so excited.
I'm so excited.
We're having a watch party for that. And we might actually record the whole thing. So maybe you'll see it, maybe not. But until next time, guys, see you in the next one. Bye.